Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to unbox this one-shot 35mm film camera. It's the one-shot 35mm half, includes a roll of black and white 400 ISO film. If possible, we're going to see if we can figure out what that is. And it indicates it's a half frame, which means more shots and more fun. On the bottom here we have a set of specs. I'm going to try to read these upside down. For 35mm color or black and white film, suitable for ISOs 200, 400, and 800. I'm gonna guess if you had like a 640 or something like that, it would probably also be suitable for that. You could probably also push your film. Honestly, 200 ISO film in this style of camera, strongly recommend against that because it is a little bit slow, even in full sun, for the acrylic lenses in these. Focus free from 1 meter to infinity. Shutter speed is about 1/120th of a second. It is a manual wind and rewind. The flash range is 1 to 3 meters. It uses a single AAA battery. That's an interesting change. It has the dimensions there, 119 by 67 by 44 millimeters, and the weight comes in at 122 grams without film, 200 with. As we can see on the back, full frame, half frame. I'm going to hope that the half frames are separated by just a little bit more space than is illustrated here on this packaging. So this camera is made in China. The packaging is in line with the standard sort of packaging design and quality of the Corex-made cameras. Also, the pictures of this camera make it look like it's one of the Corex cameras. So I'm going to suggest, until proven otherwise, that it's likely a modified version of that. So here's our one-shot black and white film. We'll get to that in a second. Camera comes in a little carry case. We're gonna try to open this thing. Holy cow! Why is this jammed? It's like someone glued this thing shut. Okay, there we go. And I ordered the white and brown. And it does in fact have the exact same exterior design and features and shape and molding in a lot as the Corex cameras. This indicates, however, that it has a 50mm f/5.6 lens. And I will say that the apertures don't look any larger than in the 31mm f/8 lenses. So I'm skeptical of the f/5.6 claim. I'm also not sure how they came up with 50 millimeters, given that that is the exact same lens and placement as is in the 31mm versions of this camera. Right? Right? Let's find out. How deep is this camera? Even if this lens were this camera is only 44 millimeters deep. This couldn't have been a 50 millimeter lens. All right, so that is, they must be indicating that this 31 millimeter lens has a 50 millimeter field of view. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on that. So shutter button and frame count window, exactly the same as with the rest of these cameras. Flash ready light, film rewind, battery chamber down here on the bottom. And I happen to have a AAA battery right here, and plus and minus markings on the door. There we go. Oh, I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Flash is off. Exact same back molding as all the rest of the Corex cameras. Film advance up here. Film rewind button. Forgot to call that out on the bottom. Here is, okay, it is actually a half-frame camera. I was concerned about that because one of the Corex cameras I was reading online that it's marketed as a half-frame but isn't actually. So this is good to see that it is a legitimate half-frame camera. There we go. Now let's take a look at this film. One-shot black and white 35mm film, 18 full-frame exposures. I gotta hope that's 18 full-frame exposures, which would mean 36 half-frame, because if that's only 18 half-frame exposures, then it's a 9 exposure roll. So processed before February 2024, 400 ISO black and white film. it has no barcode on it, so I'm not going to be able to figure out what this stuff actually is unless they happened to leave the what's it called, the edge information on it. So at any rate, that is the one-shot apparently Corex-made half-frame 35mm reusable camera unboxing. And now, through the magic of me being lazy and not getting this unboxing video out for some time after I recorded it, here are sample photos taken with this camera.